Welcome to Rising Parent, your go-to podcast for nurturing strong family bonds. I'm your host, Vanessa, and we are here to help you make the most of mealtime. In this episode, Tim and Edna will explore the power of the family meal and discover how it can transform your family's dining experience. They'll share tips on creating a positive atmosphere, engaging in meaningful conversations, and fostering healthy eating habits. So grab your favorite beverage and let's sit down to a delicious conversation.
Hey everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive with us.
I'm so glad to be here.
Today we're talking about something that I think is really important for a lot of our listeners out there, especially those of you who are parents or caregivers.
Mm-hmm.
We're diving into the world of family meals.
Ooh, yes.
Now, I know what you might be thinking.
What?
Like, oh my gosh, another thing to add to my to-do list.
Right.
But hear me out, because what if I told you that prioritizing those family meals, even if it's just a few times a week, can have some really amazing benefits for your kids that go way beyond just, getting them to eat their vegetables.
That's right. It's not just about the food. It's about so much more.
And before we get too far into it, if you're enjoying these deep dives, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode.
Yes, please do.
So let's dive in. We've been looking at some fascinating research from Stanford Medicine Children's Health, and they are really emphasizing this idea that family meals, they're kind of like a secret weapon
They really are.
for raising healthy, well-adjusted kids.
It's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day hustle.
So tell me about it.
And those meal times, they can start to feel like just another box to check off.
Right, just give food in their bellies.
Exactly. But what Stanford is showing us is that when families make time for those shared meals, even if they're not perfect, even if it's just, 20 minutes squeezed in between soccer practice and homework,
Yeah.
it can have a huge impact on kids' well-being.
So it's more than just, making sure they get their vitamins and minerals.
Way more. One of the things that really jumped out at me from the Stanford research was the impact of family meals on stress.
Stress.
I know, right? You'd think with, the potential for spilled milk and sibling squabbles, that mealtimes might actually be a source of stress.
Totally.
But the research actually shows the opposite.
Really?
Families who regularly share meals together, they actually report feeling less stressed and more connected.
So you're telling me even with the possibility of, a full-blown food fight family dinner can actually be a stress reliever?
Think about it this way. In the midst of all the craziness of daily life, a shared meal, it creates a predictable routine.
Okay.
It's a time to come together, put down the devices, and just be present with each other. And that sense of connection, that regularity, it can be incredibly grounding for everyone, especially for kids.
That makes a lot of sense. And, speaking of surprising findings, the Stanford research also linked family meals to healthier eating habits and even weight management, which honestly kind of blew my mind.
Right. It seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, because you think about it, you're like, okay, we're all sitting down together. There's more opportunity for, second helpings and maybe some not so healthy choices sneaking in there. But what's really interesting here is that it's not just about the food itself. It's about the environment that family meals create.
Absolutely. Family meals, they provide this natural setting for kids to learn about food and develop those healthy habits. They see you and other family members enjoying a variety of foods, and that can encourage them to be more adventurous eaters themselves. Plus, the structured setting of a family meal can help promote things like portion control and mindful eating,
Right.
which can have a big impact on weight management over time.
So it's like setting them up for success in the long run.
Exactly.
And it's not just about the food, right? It's about so much more.
So much more.
Family meals are like this incredible crash course in life skills. Think about it. Table manners, communication, listening, even just learning how to wait your turn to speak. It's all happening right there at the dinner table.
It's like a real-world classroom for social skills.
Right. And what I love about it is that it's not just about, lecturing them on how to behave.
Oh, no.
They're actually watching you. They're
Exactly.
picking up on those cues, seeing how you interact with others, how you handle disagreements. It's all about leading by example.
Absolutely. And, that's something that the Stanford researchers really emphasized. It's about being those role models for your kids, showing them how to navigate those social situations.
Right. And it goes beyond just behavior at the table, too.
Oh, for sure.
Like if we involve kids in the meal prep and the cleanup, we're teaching them responsibility, teamwork, All those essential life skills.
Absolutely. And giving them those age-appropriate tasks not only lightens your load, but it also builds their self-esteem.
Right, because they feel like they're contributing.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
feel valued, like they're part of the team.
Speaking of self-esteem, there was something in the Stanford piece that really resonated with me. And it was the idea that attentive listening during family meals
Yes,
can make a huge difference in how kids feel about themselves.
it's so powerful. And, it goes beyond just the surface level. How was your day?
Yeah.
It's about really tuning in, actively listening to their responses, asking follow-up questions, showing genuine interest in what they have to say.
So it's about making them feel seen and heard.
Exactly. That kind of validation from you as their parent or caregiver, it's so important for their developing sense of self-worth.
It tells them that their thoughts and feelings matter.
Exactly. Now, there's something else from the Stanford research that I think a lot of parents can relate to, and it has to do with how families manage those, shall we say, more energetic mealtime moments.
Oh, yeah.
They talked about how one parent might feed the kids early to shield the other parent from a chaotic dinner experience.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
While it's understandable to want a little peace and quiet, this approach can inadvertently isolate the parent who's missing out on those family meals. And it can also send a subtle message that family time is something to be endured rather than enjoyed.
Yeah, like it's something to get through
Exactly.
rather than something to savor.
Right, and that's where the power of those consistent family meals really comes in.
Okay, tell me more about that.
It's about creating a family culture where being together is a priority.
So it's not just about the food, it's about the connection, the communication, the bonding.
It's about all of that. And, regular family meals, even if they're short and simple, they send a powerful message to your kids.
What kind of message?
It says, we value this time together. Your voices matter. We're a team.
I love that. And it doesn't have to be fancy, right? We're not talking about, gourmet meals every night.
Exactly. The Stanford experts, they really emphasize that family meals don't have to be these elaborate, Instagram-worthy productions.
Thank goodness.
Right. It's not about the perfectly set table or the fancy recipes.
It's about the connection, right?
It really is. Whether it's takeout pizza on a busy weeknight or a big Sunday dinner with all the trimmings, the magic happens when you're gathered together, putting those screens aside and just enjoying each other's company.
And I think that's something we could all use a little more of these days, right? And in our tech-saturated world, it's so easy to get caught up in our own little bubbles.
Absolutely. Family meals, they're like an antidote to that. They're a chance to reconnect face-to-face without the distractions of phones and tablets. It's a time to share stories, laugh together, maybe even have a few disagreements and work through them together.
It's a chance to remember that we're all in this together.
Exactly. And for you as parents and caregivers, it's a chance to really tune into your kids' lives, to hear about their day, their worries, their dreams, to offer support and guidance, to create those memories that they'll carry with them long after they've left the nest.
So to sum up what we've learned from this deep dive into the Stanford Research family meals, they're more than just fuel.
Right.
They're stress busters, healthy habit builders, life skill boot camps, and bonding experiences all rolled into one.
And they have the power to boost self-esteem and create a sense of belonging that can benefit your kids for years to come.
Now here's the question I want to leave you with today. What's one small change you could make to enhance the connection and communication at your family meals?
That's a good one.
Maybe it's setting a no phones at the table rule or encouraging everyone to share a highlight from their day. It could even be something as simple as taking a moment to express gratitude for the food and the company.
It's about being intentional with that time. You might be surprised at how even small changes can make a big difference in the overall atmosphere of your family meals.
And if you're already rocking those family dinners, like a pro, give yourselves a pat on the back.
You deserve it.
You're creating something really special, even if it doesn't always feel like it in the moment.
It's true.
And it's important to remember that it's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
There will be nights when everyone's tired and cranky and the meal ends up being more chaotic than cozy.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay. What matters is that you keep showing up. You keep trying, you keep prioritizing that time together.
Because those imperfect, sometimes messy moments, that's where the real magic happens.
You said it. It's in those moments gathered around the table sharing a meal that you're building something that lasts.
Absolutely something that matters.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the power of family meals. We hope you've gained some valuable insights that you can put into practice in your own homes. And don't forget to subscribe to the deep dive for more insightful explorations of topics that matter to you. Until next time.
And that's a wrap. We hope this episode has inspired you to make family mealtime a special occasion. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to connect, grow, and create lasting memories. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more expert advice and to help us continue providing valuable content to support you on your parenting journey. Until next time, happy eating and happy parenting.